Hello friends, happy Monday, fresh month, new week. It's a holiday, so things feel a little bit weird. But I want to talk through a couple things. If you are recommitting to your journey, you're realigning, some questions around the whole aligned group. It is still this group, it's still Fit Club, it is still our normal space, but I used to create events once a month and I kind of got out of the habit, and clearly we're all out of the habit, but it's really just a fresh opportunity for you to recommit or refocus or start something new. I need that. That's why I do it that way, because that's the beauty of coaching. It really is, I hate to say, it's not really accurate to say it's selfish, but it actually feels kind of selfish. Like, being a coach doesn't mean I have my stuff together. It doesn't mean I have to live this perfect journey or look a certain way. It just means that I am in it alongside you and I'm committed to my own journey. And so for me, I like, even if I'm in the middle of a program, I like to have kind of a fresh line in the sand once a month so that I can recommit and tweak the things that are serving me or not serving me and just go from there. So we're calling this group Aligned this month because that is the whole point of January, right? I think people get real distracted with resolutions or goals or words of the year, but really it's just a fresh opportunity to recommit to your own journey, whatever that means for you. So if it's a day 1 or it is a day 540, you're still at it, I want you to know that wherever you're at is exactly where you need to be. And this is a perfect opportunity to begin again and to refocus and to change your story. If you have a story where you've been a quitter or it's been too hard or you don't know what to do, those are all lies, and you don't have to claim those as your truth. You can choose to set a new path. You can choose to become a new version of yourself. And we don't become a new version of ourselves overnight, magically, with the snap of our fingers. We don't create some really dramatic or complicated plan. It really is just you saying, what do I need to do right now? And some days, some weeks, some months, it's going to be a lot more layered. And other times you just need simplicity. So wherever you're at, if you need something super simple, make it super simple. I've been talking about this the last couple days, that if you feel super overwhelmed, I want you to pick 1 or 2 goals, 1 or 2 focuses that are super simple that you know you can nail. Maybe it's 5 minutes of movement, or getting outside for 10 minutes a day, or drinking your water, or eating 1 extra vegetable. The smaller, the better. It's not, we don't say this is too small of a goal to count. No, it's you taking action and you prioritizing your journey and being holistic and honest around where you're at, and then doing the things that you need to that will serve you. So if those goals, like I said a second ago, are super small, that's totally cool. If you've been struggling with your belief and your consistency and getting motivated or keeping your momentum up, then make those goals super small and attainable so that you know without a shadow of a doubt you can crush those, because this is all about building confidence and creating consistency. It's about, starting new habits that serve you, because we all have habits. Some of them serve us more than others. And so you don't have to mean girl yourself. You don't need to live in some spiral of shame. Choose something that you know is out of alignment, that you can tweak, and then do that and allow that to compound, okay? So Aligned is the theme of the group. I decided that I'm no longer gonna be running free groups. And you don't need to freak out. What that means is, I used to just be like, sure, if you need accountability, come join our group. I'm not gonna do that anymore. If you're here and you've been grandfathered in, then that's awesome. I hope you take advantage of it. I hope it inspires you. But I know that my time is valuable. I know that these tools work super well. And I want you to build your own belief and to actually try them and apply them and see what kind of momentum you get. So if you are local to me and you don't have tools, I have old school DVDs I'm happy to loan you. If you live somewhere far away and you don't have streaming Beachbody on demand, I don't care, that's okay. Use what you have, but don't just say, I can't do this, or this is too hard, and then complain about how crappy you feel. Take some freaking action. If that means you do something free off of YouTube, do something free, okay? But I want you to actually apply this to your life and get momentum and feel proud of where you are today. It's not about the number, it's not about the end goal, it's not about the size or any of that. Those are all just data, and it's all a reflection of what's happening in here and in here. All right, so you got to work on this and you got to work on this, and everything else falls into place. So today is my day 1. Yay! I'm recommitting to Gut Protocol, which I've been talking about as well. That is something you have to pay additionally for with Beachbody On Demand. I think it's a really great program. I don't think it's a lifestyle. It is kind of a gut check. Well, literally, Gut Protocol. It is a gut check. It's about eliminating certain foods that don't serve me. I've done other free things. I've done the Whole30, I've done other things, and yeah, they worked, but they also made me completely obsessed and consumed with food and sugar, and I felt like I kind of lost my food freedom. And I don't think that Gut Protocol will provide you with food freedom, but I think it is a really valuable tool in showing you if you have food sensitivities and what things serve you. So is it something I think you should all do? I think it's worth considering, okay? It's what I'm choosing to do because it's what feels right. It is a 4-week program, and I'm just gonna do it 1 week at a time so that I don't freak out, because sometimes, like, I just started 6:45 today, and the idea of 13 weeks kind of makes me wanna breathe into a paper bag. Yes, your coach. I just said that. It makes, the longer the program, the more it just is a head game. It's a mind game, and it intimidates me. So I'm just gonna do all of this 1 week at a time, and I'm inviting you to do that with me, to take on that mentality. If you feel super overwhelmed, then make the goal smaller. Just do 1 week at a time and allow yourself to build that momentum, to build your consistency, to build your belief, and to honor your promise to yourself, okay? So I'm doing Gut Protocol. And am I starting today? I did have coffee with milk. So I'm starting where I'm at. Tomorrow my kids go back to school, husband goes back to work, and that's when I feel like my journey really begins. But again, this is my journey and I'm already on it. I don't have to wait for anything magical or special, and neither do you. We can begin where we're at and collect all of the wins, even if it's imperfect and even if it doesn't look the way we think it should, okay? So I got on Zoom this morning. It's 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is a standing date. I am sometimes a little bit late, but I always show up Monday through Saturday. I'm going to be here. So if you need that accountability, we talked about it this morning, okay? It's not about us all looking at each other and having some secret fist bump or handshake. It's truly an extra layer of accountability that I need. Hello, it's again what I need. Luckily, everyone benefits, right? If you need that accountability, you hop on. Otherwise, I tend to like get on, Target's website, or I just fritter my time away. So this helps me stay focused and accountable, and it's not perfect, but this has been a tool that when I started to commit to it, made a huge change in my life. So I'm inviting you to do it. Lena said she's gonna be on in the morning at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time for you Arizona peeps. And then there's some conversation around doing an evening one. I'm not sure what the time is, but Carol Ann and stuff, Carol Ann and Ada are gonna be doing that. So again, that Zoom link has been pinned. It is available for you all to use. If you ever need to do a workout, post in the group. Be like, hey, I need some accountability. We do that in text message quite a bit, and you're welcome to do that. You can always text me if I'm around and available. I will hop on. Boy, this is uncomfortable to sit like this. But, okay, I want to talk about if you're starting a day 1 like me. I have half-assed this journey for many years. I go all in and then I half-ass it. And this year, I want to be aligned, right? I want to see what's actually serving me. I want to actually document my results, do a better job of documenting my results. So I decided that I am going to use a binder. This is what I have. It's all ripped up by cats, nothing fancy. It's currently full. I'm going to empty this today. And I went ahead and, since I started at 6:45 today, I printed the tools. Print the tools, use the paper, go to the library, send it to your husband's work or whatever, and print it. Like, just freaking do it, okay? So I printed off my measurement thing, because everything's digital now, and I tend to write things on a piece of paper and then I swirl it away, and then I don't write enough details, and I'm like, what the heck is this? So I actually printed, I went into the Getting Started guide, and all of the programs have this. When you click on the program and then you click on program materials, it gives you a million different things. It gives you tons of different resources and tools available to you, including a calendar to print. So I like having a calendar to print so I can actually check it off and see where I'm at. I'm one of those people where I will always tell you that your calendar doesn't necessarily have to look like your real life calendar. So if you need to take an extra rest day, then you take an extra rest day and you just pick right up where you left off. Having a calendar printed helps me do that, helps me keep track of it more easily. So I printed my program calendar, okay? This is 6:45. I printed my measurements and I actually took them. A measurement that they never add that I always measure is my belly. That's my first area that I gain, and it's like the last area that I lose. So I like to track it, and it's always different than my waist. So take what you want, leave what you don't. But I recorded my weight and I wrote WTF because literally I'm like, what is happening here? It's just data. It's just a number. It doesn't define me, okay? It's all good. And then I recorded all my measurements, okay? I actually did the Form Check Assessment Tracker, which not all the programs have this, but this one did. And I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna take the before photos, I'm gonna do the measurements, I'm gonna write down where I'm starting, and I'm gonna put them in a place where I don't lose them, where they don't get squirreled away in the bill pile or the crap pile or the to be sorted later pile. So if that resonates with you, borrow a binder from your kids or buy one at Target for $2 and then actually start tracking your journey, because we're at a fresh year. Another cool thing you could do if you're like me and you geek out on stuff like this is start tracking your personal development. Are you reading books? What are you reading? Like I started doing that last year, just keeping track, because it's interesting. I am a consumer of information and sometimes I forget what I've actually consumed. And sometimes it feels like it's not enough. And when you do these things, when you track the data and when you start to actually keep a running log of what you're doing and how you're showing up, it's the proof. Because sometimes the journey feels slower than we want it to. And this is just a reminder that, look at me, I have been doing this, and I have been working on my journey, and look how much stronger I have gotten. So that's what I'm doing today. I printed my stuff, it didn't take me very long. I use color ink, whatever, I'm feeling all bougie, but this is what I'm doing, okay? Make it yours. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's. If you're in the middle of a program, finish your program. You don't have to start fresh, you don't have to reroute, you don't have to do anything. The idea of having this aligned boot camp is simply just a gut check for you. Are you doing something that makes you feel proud and excited? Are you feeling stronger than you were a month ago, a week ago, a year ago? It's just a gut check. That's all it is, okay? It's just a gut check to help you remind yourself of why you're on this journey and to keep focused on where you want to go. And we collect all the wins today, not when we finish the program, okay? So if you are not finishing a program, you don't need to feel any shame around that. I talk about that a lot. There's been so many times I put a program back on the shelf or a book back on the shelf, like literal, figural, whatever, because it just isn't what I need and it doesn't feel good. And if it doesn't feel, it's not always going to be a pedicure when I'm talking about that, but if it's not something that's actually making you feel encouraged and inspired, it's okay to put it back on the shelf. I started 645 whenever this first came out. I unlocked early access and I hated it. It was literally nails on a chalkboard. I want to throat punch someone. This was like the worst 45 minutes of my whole day. And I gave it 2.5 weeks to see if I would change my opinion. And I did not. And I stopped. And a lot of you kept going and a lot of you loved it. And a lot of you changed your whole freaking life. And that's exactly what this is about. It was not what I needed. But today I was like, I've been in this chronic pain thing for a while. And I don't know what workout to do. But I do know that everyone that I've talked to that's done 645 has said this helped them with their mobility, this helped them balance their bodies, this helped them with all kinds of like dysfunction. And so I was like, that's what I need. That's what I need. So I started today, and you know what? I didn't want to throat punch a single person. That 45 minutes actually went by pretty fast. Just goes to show you that there will be different seasons in your life where you need different things. And maybe you tried something once upon a time and you hated it, or maybe you tried it once upon a time and you loved it, and that is not the same today. And that's okay. That's part of just being a work in progress, messy, imperfect human, right? Right. Excellent. Okay. I don't know if you found any value in that. If you did, I would love for you to show up. My hope this year is that all of our groups look more alive. So if you have been a peeping Tom lurker, I need you to drop me an emoji. I need you to share some part of your journey so that I know you're in this with me, because that's what this is. This isn't the Sarah show. This isn't a place where I come talk at you. This is a place where I am in this to win it alongside you. And I want you to show up with me. I want you to share your journey, because I'm telling you, as someone who started out as a chronic quitter, was always quitting. I never finished things. If it couldn't be perfect, it wasn't worth doing. I was such a mean girl when it came to my journey, and I showed up because I hated myself and my body was blah, 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 blah. I was in such a negative, mean spiral. But I had a coach, and she was like, you need to share your accountability. You need to post in the group. You need to do this. You need to do that. And it wasn't like, didn't take over my whole life, but it was an extra layer of accountability. And you know what? When I actually showed up for that accountability and I was actually coachable and I told myself it didn't have to be perfect, I actually saw a huge shift in my journey, and it became easier. It became something that I did because I was able to, and I was grateful that I got to show up instead of having to be this perfect, looks a certain way sort of thing. So the moral of the story is, look alive. I'm so glad you're here. We're calling this group Aligned because this is your journey, and that's what I want for you. I just want you to live in alignment and feel proud of where you're at today, not when you finish it, not when the number is a certain digit, but today. So if you showed up, if you made it through this video, I'm super excited that you're here. I cannot wait to see how you choose to rock 2023. It doesn't have to be massive, huge goals. It's just daily action, because all those things compound, and that, my friend, is how we change our lives. One day, one bite, one thought, one decision at a time. And I'm so glad that you're here.